Okay, so today was supposed to be day 20 of 30 days, 30 carries, but as you can see, there is no baby right here. Daylight savings time kind of threw off our whole schedule, and one thing led to another, and it just didn't happen today. But I figured I could still make a video and have this be day 19 and a half or something, I don't know. And I will resume with day 20 tomorrow. But I figured I would make this video about some other wrapping things other than the actual wearing, instead of making a video with a baby doll, which I could do. But I thought this might be a good time to answer some of the questions that some of my friends that have been watching have asked, in case anybody else is asking these same questions. And show you how and why I braid my wraps. I just washed both of my woven wraps, and now that they're all clean and dry and everything, I don't want to just store them in a puddle like I normally have it set out for the videos when I just pile it up on the tray in front of Genevieve. What I do to actually put away my wraps is called braiding. And braiding is nice because it obviously organizes it and makes it a lot shorter and a lot more easy to manage and store. And it's also nice because it can help break in the fabric and make it more supple and easier to work with, especially when you have a brand new wrap. So I'm going to braid both of these, and I'm going to start with my shorter wrap and show you how to do that. So I've just got it bunched up, and I'm going to put it around my wrist, and I've got it crisscrossed, and I'm going to pull it through. And create a loop. I'm not going to pull it all the way through. So I've got a little loop and a knot. And the way you braid it is that you just put your hand back through that loop, grab the long part, pull it through, and make a new loop. And then you just do that all the way to the end of the wrap. So some of the questions I've been asked by a few friends is, how did I get into baby wearing in the first place? And I think the first time I ever did any kind of baby wearing, I was probably 15 years old, so like 17 years ago. And that was just with a ring sling. And I didn't really baby wear again until I was much older. And that was when I bought my green wrap while I was living in Chicago as a nanny for a family of 3 boys. They were 9, 6, and 2, and the 2-year-old weighed as much as the 6-year-old did. And my arms were just way too tired to carry around that little fire hydrant of a boy. But he always wanted to be carried. And so I looked into baby wearing, and I bought my first wrap, and that's when I started wrapping. I started getting more serious about wrapping and baby wearing probably 5 years ago when I became the nanny of 2 under 2. Okay, now I reached the end. There's not enough to make another loop, so I'm just going to grab it and pull it all the way through, and now this one is braided. And I start the other one the exact same way, around my wrist, crisscross, make that loop, start pulling it through. So like I said, I got seriously into wrapping when I was a nanny of 2 under 2, and that's when I started tandem wearing. That's when I bought my shorter wrap, and I bought a ring sling, and I bought my structured carrier. And I did my very first 30 days, 30 carries. Now, I wasn't doing videos of it. I was part of a Facebook group, and we kind of just all did the challenge together, and everybody posted a picture once they tried it out. And they always had a link to a YouTube video of somebody showing how to do that specific carry. And we kind of experimented with the different finishes that you could do with different kinds of wraps and different kinds of carries. And that kind of is an answer to one of the other questions I've got is, how do I know all these different carries? And to be honest, I don't know all of these different carries. Some of these I have never done before the day that I'm doing it. Now, a lot of them I did experience when I did the 30 days, 30 carries, because that one did not involve any carriers of any kind. That one was just all wraps the whole 30 days. But I tried to pick out some that I had never done before. And because I thought that was important, because I'm not just doing this for other people. Really, the reason I'm doing this is for myself. To stretch myself and kind of, you know, encourage myself to wear more, because I'm not wearing nearly as much as either I or my husband thought I would once I had my baby. And, you know, the accountability of getting up and making sure that I can film each day is something that I've kind of needed to get through just postpartum pandemic life. So I've reached the end of this wrap now, and I'm going to pull it through. And now that one's braided. And as you can see, this takes up way less space and is a lot easier to manage, and I could just put this way in our living room. Some of the other questions I've gotten is what kinds of wraps I'm using and where I got them. My green one I got before I knew like anything about baby wearing wraps, and I just got it online. It was a sister site to the stretchy Moby wraps, and I don't even think you can get that wrap anymore, except for like on eBay instead of the actual site, or you can get it secondhand. And my tie-dyed shorter wrap, I did get this one on Facebook Marketplace from a small business who had done all of the safety testing that's required to sell merchandise that is made for babies, which was really important to me because I wasn't just wearing my own children with it, I was wearing other people's children with it. So I didn't want the liability issue of having something unsafety tested. Now, if you're just wrapping your own kid, you could probably go to the fabric store, get the right amount of yardage, and just make your own wrap, as long as you get a woven non-stretchy material that doesn't have too loose of a weave. But I found this one online, and I actually had her cut it down so it was a little bit shorter because I wanted a shorter wrap. So I bought the wrap, and then she also mailed me the smaller piece of the wrap that was left over, because there wasn't much else she could do with it, and I decided to make a small carrier for my nanny kid at the time to wear his stuffed animals in a wrap so that he could wear while I was wearing his baby sister. And he loved it. We both wore together, and he would play on all over the house, and I even have a picture of him having fallen asleep loving on his stuffed puppy, and all in his wrap, and it was really cute, and we had matching wraps, and it was adorable. One wrap I have not used in a video yet is my really heavy duty ring sling, and it's a extremely thick woven ring sling, and I'm going to use it when I do a back carry with the ring sling. It's fantastic for toddlers, but it's just not necessary for front or hip carries with a baby as small as Genevieve, because she doesn't weigh very much. But I've held like a 30-pound toddler on my hip with it and had no problems. And you want a sturdier, stronger wrap when you're doing a ring sling back carry. So I'll show you that. And I also got that ring sling when I was nannying 2 under 2. I can't think of any other questions that anybody has asked, but if you have any questions about baby wearing or any of the things I'm doing in any of the videos, please ask me. Like, send me a message or comment or anything like that, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But yeah, so we'll be back to 30 days, 30 carries, day 20 tomorrow, and that's today's video.